Why did I think filing for a divorce would make this man leave me alone? So it's a year after moving out to this man's house. I move out of my mother's house and I'm finally living in my own apartment, paying my own rent and taking care of myself. I'm still going through divorce proceedings because this man decided he's going to make it as difficult as possible, and all he has at this point is every other weekend visitation. His mom decides she's not seeing her grandchildren enough, so she's going to watch my kids for me every day after school and also on the weekend so I can go to work. So this one weekend, his mother calls me and tells me that my son is sick while she's watching him. So after work, I go to the drugstore, buy medication for my son, and get to his mom's house. So after spending about 5 or 6 hours at my mother-in-law's house nursing my son back to health, my mother-in-law decides to keep my son an extra couple days to get him better. So I take my 2-year-old daughter and I tell my mother-in-law I'm leaving to go home. 5 minutes before I leave, my ex-husband leaves his mother's house and bolts out the door. I don't take it on. Who I can see standing by the corner, he hasn't taken a car yet, he ain't going home, he nothing, he just out the road, standing there. I don't pay him any mind and I jump into a taxi and I go to Port of Spain. Tell me why, when I get out of the car in Port of Spain, this man is on the taxi stand just lingering by a store, doing nothing. So I'm walking to City Gate to get a maxi taxi to go home, and who could I see bobbing and weaving through stores trying to hide while following me? Take a main road maxi to go home and stop out at the grocery store right on the street corner to where I live. When I get to the grocery, I call my male friend to come help me because I have my 2-year-old daughter, her bag, my work bag, and groceries to carry home. After about 10 minutes, my friend gets to the grocery, walks up to me and tells me, "Hey, I just saw your ex-husband outside. What's going on? Did you come here with him?" Me being confused, I looked at my friend and I'm like, no, I don't know what he's doing there. When we're done, we're walking out of the grocery and my ex-husband runs up to us and starts acting like a crazy person, screaming and yelling in the road, trying to fight my friend who comes to help me with groceries, just acting a fool. Me, not wanting my ex-husband to know where I live because I don't need him to bring his drama in front of my door, jump in a taxi on the main road and act like if I was going back to Port of Spain, and I leave my friend there with my groceries. When the taxi reaches Mova Junction, I jump out of the taxi, go on the bus route, take another maxi back up to where I live, pass on the back road and go to my house. I then call my friend on the phone and tell him, "Hey, I'm at home, bring me my groceries and make sure this man don't follow you." Y'all, I don't know what happened in between the time I jumped in the car to the time that I got home, but like this man went to the police station. So I'm at home unpacking my groceries, my phone going ring with a strange number showing up on it. When I answer, somebody answered the phone talking about this is Constable whoever from Barataria police station. Turns out my ex-husband convinced these police officers that I took his children away from him and I don't want him to see them. So he's getting police intervention to try to help find where I'm living so he could see his kids. Did I mention that his kids were at his mother's house for the entire weekend and not once did he go to visit them until he knew I was at her house? So the police is trying to convince me to give them my address so this man could come to my home to take my children. And I was like, no. He has visitation, which he does not enforce. And I not telling Ollie where I live because I not under arrest and nobody can make me tell Ollie where I live in. The entire time I'm talking to these police officers, I could hear this man in the background ranting and raving and getting on like if somebody thief his cow. I eventually convinced the police officer to come off my phone because at that point he realized I wasn't about to give him my address and I ain't bringing my children in no police station 9 o'clock in the night. So yeah, I eat my dinner, take a shower, go to bed, woke up the next morning, get me and my daughter ready to leave the house, walk on the road to get a maxi and who I could see by the main road in the same clothes he was in last night. My ex-husband. I pretend like I never see him. I jump into a maxi and went my way. Cause ain't no way you slept on the sidewalk waiting for me to come out the road just so you could follow me around to see where I live in. That's crazy people work. For about 2 years, I had to be super cautious about when I was going home to make sure this man wasn't following me so he don't know where I live. But like his stupidity just didn't have an end. Because tell me why years later this man thought my son calling him for help meant he could come in my house, sit down on my couch in his boxers and watch TV like he lived in there. But that is a story for another time.